She wants to retire by 35. How many businesses should she acquire or start so that she can achieve that goal? There's kind of two paths. There's the diversification piece where it's like, I'm going to do a bunch of different things in a bunch of different industries. And if any of them fails, cool. I've still got 3, 5, 10, 12 others that operate and, aren't intermingled and have, different teams and different everything going on. The other is to go vertical and literally stack complementary businesses that are all in the same industry and just go really deep instead of going really wide. So those are the two, kind of regular paths. But there's always, the opportunity type situations. So there's those opportunities that pop up. And this is where one, having that cash in the bank is helpful in those situations. And the other is those lines of credit. A typical SBA loan is a 10-year loan. You buy $1 million business, 10-year loans, 120 payments. You usually have to put down 10 to 20% on those, but a lot of the SBA loans will allow seller financing for a portion of that 10 to 20%. So the 80% that's left, you stretch it out over, 120 payments on $1 million business. You're talking a $7,000 or $8,000 a month business that's making gross $85,000 a month. So the profitability pays the debt service on there. So, but it's, again, one is having your own financials in place and rock solid. Doesn't matter what business you think you want to buy. If your financials aren't squared away, the bank at the end of the day is going to say no. And then from there, it's financial projections and looking at, is this a profitable business I'm buying? Is this a dying business I'm buying? And can it sustain itself where I'm coming in as just an owner and relying upon the team that's already there to operate it? If not, where maybe the previous owner is helping, servicing customers, everything like that, then you have to replace that somehow. Either it's you as the new owner or it's hiring another person, which obviously decreases profitability, decreases, the financial stability of that, happening. So that's, again, it's a path that could be used. But, realistically long term, it's working with a financial advisor. And I typically recommend CFPs. They've got all those extra certifications and everything like that. And that's literally what they do is like, okay, this is what you want to do. Let me plan out, what does that look like? Where are you living in the country? What's cost of living? Are you still going to have a mortgage? All those different pieces that flow into there. And then it's okay. Now we have a number. Now we start chipping back to like how much needs to get invested or be, coming off as cash flow from businesses to support that lifestyle for, again, 50 to 70 years at this point. And that's, again, another good reality check of, oh, well, I need 10 grand a month flowing off of all of these for me to retire and pay all my bills and be able to book all the travel that I can and everything like that. Okay, well, to do that, again, you need businesses that throw off that much profit, or a combination of businesses that'll throw off that much profit, and without you being involved and just literally sitting back and collecting a check at the end of the day. And any of the gurus out there that say passive income is actually passive are lying to you. Because even in those situations, you're still a decision maker. You're still the one on the hook if things go sour, if things go south. Yes, it's nice when, there's that mailbox money, for lack of a better term, but it doesn't mean that you have no, it's not like it's just a US government bond that's shipping you out cash every month.